Hola YouTube and welcome back to my channel. I am your girl Beauty by Noor across all my social media platforms. If you would, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, thumbs up this video. Of course, go ahead and get a conversation started with me in the comment section below. But as you guys already guessed, we're doing another installment to my Ulta series. And this is going to be concealers, foundations, and primers, makeup primers, so you guys have, you know, some options, some recommendations. We're in the 21 days of beauty with Ulta, and they're doing their 50% off beauty deals. Some of their sale items that they have right now in the sale section of their website are up to 70% off. So let's go ahead and save your money and make it make sense and give you guys some recommendations and some new to me, some re-ups. We got a little bit of everything today. So if you're ready to see what we got in from Ulta Beauty, then you already know. Just keep watching.
You're my beauty one, taking me home. One thing really lead to one.
Okay, so the first thing that I got in, when I saw it, I knew I wanted to go ahead and get it and try it out. This is from E.L.F. and this is their collaboration with Nabela, Noor, her loose highlighter. And I did go ahead and get my Gleaming loose highlighter in Neharika, Neharika Glow. If I mispronounced that, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. But let's go ahead and open it and see how it looks up against my skin tone. Okay, get out of the box. Wait, what is going on? It's a box inside of a box. How am I supposed to work and do this? You see that? It's a box inside of a box. Lord Jesus. Okay. Okay. That was exciting. So here is the actual loose highlighter. That is a really pretty gold. That is pretty. That is pretty. It almost looks like the Coty Airspun highlighter that they have. And it does come with a little sifter and everything in it. So let's go ahead and peel this off so we can get a color. I'm trying to see where my tabs are so I can peel it off. You know, normally they have these little tabs, but the tab is stuck underneath. Jesus. The tab is stuck underneath the little sifter thing inside. How to... Man, if you got fake nails, you're going to have a problem with this one. I'm going to tell you that right now. And it's weird having to pull this out because you have to pull and turn the sifter at the same time because they just put it in there. Weird. Jesus Christ, that just stinks. I'm not here for all this work, child. Okay, so this is it on my hand. Let's go ahead and just blend it out and see. Ooh. It has micro glitters in it. So if you guys aren't a fan of glitter highlighters, you're not going to be a fan of this. But you can go ahead and shear it out to where it's a little bit more natural, I guess, over here. But if you want to go ahead and make it blinding, you can do that as well. And this is what a super concentrated swatch would look like, just so you guys are aware. Super concentrated, kind of blended out a little bit, super blended out. So up against my skin tone, it will give a really pretty glow. Right now I'm wearing a silver white highlighter. So yeah, about that. So it's a pretty gold. It gives a sheen and a shine that would be really pretty. I would tell you to go a little bit more light-handed with it so it will look like a more glow from within. But if you want to be out here being a golden goddess, you could definitely do that with it being a little bit more blinding. Okay, so we'll try it out. We'll see how it works. It swatches pretty, but I'm more interested in the lasting ability to highlight it because some highlighters, they'll swatch pretty, they'll apply pretty, but then they'll start to really just disappear throughout the day. They start to melt and fade too far into your actual makeup and they'll disappear. And ain't nobody got time for that when you actually do your makeup. I do like the packaging. It is a glass packaging, but I do like that brushed bronze type. And it does have a little bit of texture to it. I really like that packaging. That's pretty. The next thing we're going to go ahead and talk about, I did go ahead and get another one of my Revolution Makeup Concealer Defines. This is a concealer that they have, but I use the shade C16.5. I have C16, 16.5, and 17.5. I use all of these as actual contours with my actual face. So I did go ahead and re-up on this one. Because this is a re-up for me, I don't want to go ahead and swatch it. Let me go in here. This is 17.5 that I have, and this is 16.5. So 17.5 is going to be a little bit deeper and dark. There you go. You guys can see it. This is more of a chocolate. Okay, ignore my ashy hands. I've been washing my hands getting ready for these swatches and stuff for you guys. Plus, I just had a horrific setting spray video. You guys are going to see that and laugh about that. Ignore my ashy hands. But anyway, this is more of a milk chocolate, and this goes into a rich chocolate. So that should be really pretty. When I'm lighter during the wintertime, or if this, you know, panorama, whatever you want to call it, if it continues, then I'm going to be more of this shade for longer. If I can actually get out and get some sun, then I can start back using this shade. Just so you guys know, I absolutely love these. These are quick, easy, long-lasting, and they don't give you like weird wrinkles, and they blend effortlessly into your foundation. So it looks like a more natural contour on your face, but it can be a very definite, strong contour if you decide you want to layer up a bit a little bit more. And with these, the reason why I love them is a little goes a very long way. Love these. I did go ahead and buy another concealer from Kylie Cosmetics. I really do love Kylie's her concealers. I already have Birch. You guys already saw me use Birch. I did go ahead and get this Kylie Cosmetics concealer in the shade Sesame. Birch is a lighter concealer, so you guys know when I try to go in and balance darker foundations, I'll use a lighter concealer to balance them out. This is going to be a little bit darker than Birch. So this is Sesame, and this is what Sesame looks like. Sesame is really, really pretty. Really, really, really pretty. Really, really pretty. And this is Birch. So this is Sesame, and this is Birch. So Sesame would be the one that I would use normally, naturally, all of the time. And this is Birch when I need to have something that's lighter to balance out a darker concealer. So that's the reason why I went ahead and got it. These Kylie concealers, they the truth, man. Don't get caught sleeping on them. And they was on sale. I think they're still on sale for like $8. They're normally $20 and they're on sale for $8. These are some really good concealers. They don't crease. They don't settle into my eyes. Some products can cause my eyes to water more often than not. This doesn't cause my eyes to water. It does hold on to your setting powders, but I like it because it also grips my eyeshadow right here underneath, and I don't have any problems, any movement, any separation. I love my Kylie skin. My Kylie skin concealers. Love these. And I went ahead and tried the UOMA Beauty. And this is her Stay Woke Brightening Concealer. I tried the foundation. I did get the foundations in the wrong color, so I did have to go back and get the correct color in the foundation, which I actually like. I did go ahead and get the Stay Woke Concealer in the shade Honey Honey T2. So let's go ahead and swatch this out just to see. Ooh, okay. Okay. What was I thinking? Why is this so light? What's going on? What's going on? Okay. Okay. Pretty packaging. Pink top. Clear. Love that. Oh, this is a big dofer. This is a big dofer. Most of your other dofers, it's smaller than the Too Faced Born This Way, but you guys can see the size difference in the dofers. That's a huge, huge dofer. Okay. I like the big dofers. Let's go ahead and swatch it out and see. Okay. So the Kylie skin is a little bit more peach, where this one is more golden. So this will be a concealer that I'll be able to use to either lighten up concealers that are just too close to my skin color, or if I'm trying to balance out actual darker foundation base. Let me show you up close. Okay, so this is Kylie Skin Sesame. This is Kylie Skin Birch. And this is the UOMA Beauty Honey. Just so you guys know. And now that I've turned on the lights, you can see it has more pink right here. And you can see this is more golden. Now, going in and spreading it out. That's what they look like when you start to spread them out. And you can start to see how the Kylie kind of just, when it blends out, it kind of looks like the UOMA Beauty. But what I like about the Kylie concealer is that little bit of pink undertone actually helps to conceal my dark circles. So I like that. Okay, so the next thing we're going to go ahead and get into is going to be foundations. I like when they send them, and they don't come in a box. They'll typically put it in a bag, not all the time, but sometimes they do. So the first thing I want to go ahead and talk about is going to be my NYX Born to Glow Naturally Radiant Foundation. I got mine in the shade Almond. I kept hearing everybody talk about this, how great it was. You know, I like my NYX foundations. I really, really do. One of my favorite foundations from NYX is the Can't Stop, Won't Stop. Absolutely love it. But for a color shade reference, let's go ahead and use this so I can see how this new shade will actually work for me. In the Can't Stop, Won't Stop by NYX, I'm in shade Nutmeg. So this is what Nutmeg looks like. So as I'm swatching these foundations, I'm going to use Nutmeg as a base to judge them by to see did Lynn pick her right color. So in Almond, let's see if this works. Is it my right shade? Is it a summer shade? Is it a girl, you are not that light shade? Okay. It's not as thick as the Can't Stop, Won't Stop. I like the fact that it's a little squeeze tube because this prevents you from, Jesus, hard to get that top back on. It prevents you from using too much. But with this one, I did notice it's a little bit liquidy. And that's that one. Let's see if that dries down because it's coming across a tad bit light. It's a tad bit light for me. It's a tad bit light for me. So we're going to see how this one actually dries down to see how it actually works. Because let's see. Is it too light for me? Huh. Okay. So it's not too light for me. Yeah, okay. Guys, I'm a woman of color, so I have hyperpigmentation. My hands and arms are like darker than the rest of my body. My shoulders, chest, trunk, thighs, legs are pretty much the same color, but it is hyperpigmentation. Like my dark elbows, like, it's hyperpigmentation. I don't know what to tell you. So sometimes when I'm looking at stuff on my hand, I'm like, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. So I'll always go in and just swatch and just put it on my chest. Because when I put it on my chest, I get a real idea of if it'll work for me or not. And that is, okay. So it may be half a shade darker than me, but it'll work. It'll work. Smearing it across my face. Once I go in and do concealer and powder it down and all this other stuff, unless it oxidizes, it'll work. So no problems. So if you're around my shade, I like my foundations to be about half a shade to a shade darker than me anyway. It just films better and it photographs better. If I get a foundation that's my exact skin color on camera and in photos, I look like a floating ghost head. Okay, so the next one that I went ahead and got in, I love the Juvia's Place foundations. At this point, I think this is my 4th shade. I keep trying to go through the different shades, trying to find my correct shade. And the funny thing about it is all 4 shades I have, I can wear. It's weird. It's super, super weird. Like, actually, let me show you guys. Let's make it make sense. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so these are the two previous shades I already had with Juvia's Place. I always shake foundations before I actually use them and actually put them on. You know, it is what it is, guys. So I have the shades Nairobi and Kampala. Kampala is 340. Juvia's Place, her foundation shades go. The smaller the number, the darker it is. The bigger the number, the lighter it is. So we're going to go ahead and do shade 340 Kampala right here, which is really my summertime shade. But I can wear it whenever, but it's really my summertime shade when I have a tan. And we'll swatch just so you guys can know if you're using me as a color reference. This is 340 Kampala right here. And there it is on my hand stacked up to the other foundations. When I tan, I get more peachy red. So the redness in that actually helps me in the actual summertime. So that's 340 Kampala. Kampala. And this is Nairobi, which is shade 410. Nairobi is a shade I wear in the springtime and fall time. That's Kampala. And then the new shade that I went ahead and bought is Rio, which is 430. And let's go ahead and open it. This is weird. The top is already busting out. That's super weird. See that? The top is already coming out. That's super weird. That's super weird. Huh, it's weird. If I was in the store, I'd be like, I want something else. But oh well. Let me turn down the light so you guys can see it a little bit better. And this is going to be the shade that I am now for what I need now. Like my wintertime shade, my pandemic shade, the Lynn Ain't Got No Sun shade. That's the shade I am now. So there are the three different shades that I actually have. And like I said, I can wear all three. It just really just depends on how much sun I've had or how much sun I haven't had. And again, that is shade 430 Rio. 430 Rio is right here. 410 Nairobi is right here. And 340 Kampala is right here. So there are the foundation shades from Juvia Place Wash on me. Man, when I tell you, I absolutely love these. When I first did my Juvia's Place review, what was that, like 2 years ago at this point? This was the shade I actually used in that video, so we can see how far we've come from not having no sun. It's sad. It's all sad, but it is what it is. So far, these are the shades as they're drying down on my actual hand, and it oxidized just a little. It oxidized just a little. That NYX Born to Glow right here, it oxidized down just a little. This is my original base shade that I'm judging everything else by, but this is actually my shade right here. So these are more tan Lynn. This is normal, no sun Lynn. The Smith & Colt, love these. Let me just tell you guys, this is the Smith & Colt Veiled Threat Weightless Micro Blurring Foundation. This is the foundation I have on now. I did go ahead and do a first impressions on this foundation. Love this foundation once it's actually set. And wear test. I've had this makeup on, this foundation on for, I'm so silly. Like, I've been filming and editing. I took a nap and I got something to eat. So I've been filming and editing. I started wearing this foundation yesterday at 2 p.m. when I started doing my makeup. It is 8:30 a.m. So I've been filming and editing so I can get content out for you guys. But yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and show you these actual shades. I love them. At this point, it's almost a 24-hour wear test. And honey, hello? Honey, do we see this? Do we see this? 24 hours of eating, taking a nap, filming, and editing underneath these hot lights. And still no, okay, so that's not a good indication since I've been swatching. So let's do on the palms of my hands. Nothing. No transfer. Nothing. Nothing. Like, love it. Okay, so the next shade of foundation that I got in, this is NW43. And this is MAC Studio Fix Fluid with SPF 15 in it. I keep trying to find my Right Now shade in MAC. And I probably definitely need to go ahead and buy a pump, just so it'll be easier for me to pump the actual liquid out of the actual tops. You guys know what MAC foundations look like. So let's go ahead and swatch it on my hand. And this is red. It's a little too red for me. But with a little bit of a tan, it'll probably work. I do know MAC foundations, once they actually dry down just a little bit deeper and a little bit darker. So we'll go ahead and watch this swatch right here on my chest and just see how it dries down. But I'm like, I hope, every last one of these foundation shades are all over the place. The next one that I did go ahead and get in, this is the Smashbox. This is the Weightless Feel Oil and Shine Control infused with kale and clay and bamboo powder. This is their Studio Skin Full Coverage 24-Hour Foundation. I got mine in the shade 4.25, which is for dark skin tones with warm undertones. And I don't know why I thought I was going to be this shade. Yeah, I don't know why I thought I was going to be this shade. I probably should have got a couple of shades lighter. Here it is right here on the bottom. And let's go ahead and swatch this one right here next to this swatch. It's too dark for me, but you know, possibly. I will always take and blend it in and just use it like as a cream contour when that happens. Like if I can't take it back to the store for whatever reason, but it's a good formulation, I'll take it in and use it as a cream contour. And I'll also take it and blend it into my winter shades to help create my spring, summer shades as I start to get a tan. So we'll sit and watch and see just how they play along and how they play with each other. The next thing that I did go ahead and get, this is the, this is the E Cosmetics, and this is their Complexion Perfection Duo. So it gives you the CC cream, which is their color correcting full coverage cream, and of course their Confidence in a Cream jar kit. And I got mine in the shade tan. So let's go in here and take a look at it. You get your little Confidence in a Cream jar. Love that. And you do go ahead and get a full size foundation. Let's just see. Let's just see. Oh, this is kind of like a gray. Okay, that swatch went everywhere. It kind of went into like a gray a little bit. Okay, so let's go ahead and swatch it right here. And just see how this works and plays out. Okay, so that is going to be too light for me. And as you can see, it looks kind of gray. With my peachy golden undertones, you guys can see how it's kind of looking gray and ashy. One is too light for me, but two is kind of like a gray undertone. It's kind of hard to explain that. And I don't know who of color has gray undertones. That's weird. I'm just gonna have to play with it, and I'll probably just mix it into another one of my CC creams that I have that's a little too dark, and use that to lighten it up. Next thing we're gonna go ahead and go over is, this is the UOMA Beauty, and this is in the shade, this is the Say What Weightless Soft Matte Hydrating Foundation. I really did love her foundations. It's just the shade I got was too dark for me even when I was tan. So I did go back and get the shade Honey Honey, which is T2W, which is tan with the warm undertone. So let's go ahead and see how this will. The thing about UOMA, it is a frosted glass bottle, so the color that you see through the bottle isn't the same color that actually comes out of it. Wait, why did that just... I hate when foundation... You see I just squirted out water on me? What is going on? Okay, maybe I need to prime the pump better. Oh, this is... Okay. So something's wrong with my foundation because it shouldn't be doing that. So, yeah. Something is horribly wrong with this foundation. So we'll get it and change it out. Because it shouldn't do that. Okay. Don't really know what's going on with this. And even after priming the pump and everything, it still shouldn't do that. I know it's a liquid foundation, but nah, there's no foundation that's that liquidy. Because that's ridiculous. My other foundations that I have for her they don't do that. And that is going to be a smidget too light for me anyway. So I probably need to go ahead and go down a shade. Yeah, no, your foundation should not do that, like, at all. Even a liquid serum foundation, they don't do that. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on here, but that won't work. So this one is going back because it's something that's wrong with it. The next thing that I went ahead and got, this is the Estée Lauder Double Wear. This is one of my all-time favorite foundations. I was seeing if I had one on my desk. I have another one over there behind me, but it's too dark. It was too dark for me when I bought it, and I just get tired of having to do that. Using concealer, a lighter concealer to balance it out and make it work. So I tried to go back and get what I thought was going to be my shade. I did go ahead and get the shade 4W4, which is Hazel. So let's see how Hazel works. And again, in the bottles, they will always look like just... Frosted glass bottles will always make it look lighter than what it is. But let's just see the actual foundation and see how this works. Huh. Let's put a little bit more down. And Estée Lauder does oxidize a little bit. So this is that one. And it's a smidget too light for me. Just a smidget. Hold on. And this is the other Estée Lauder foundation that I have. And this is in the shade 5W2, which is Rich Caramel. Which is more of my summertime shade. And you guys can see how it's too dark for me right now. So I'm thinking possibly if I can go ahead and mix both of them together, because you can see it right there on my hand, the two different tones. So that one's too dark, and I was coming across a little too light. A little too light for me. A little too light for me. So it's almost like, what would happen if I just went ahead and just mixed them? That mix right there on the end, will that give me a better shade match to me? Yeah, if I mix them, it's almost perfect. It's coming across just a little too dark with this swatch right here. But blending it out over the face, it just means I would just use just a little bit more of the lighter one. But again, they definitely do start to oxidize down. So we'll pay attention to it. We'll keep an eye on it. I'm keeping both. Obviously, I already had the one I already had and the newer one I went ahead and bought. And I'll keep both because this will allow me to go back and forth in between my actual summer shade and then my actual winter shade. So we'll go ahead and look at it. With a light medium coverage foundation, if it's a hair too light for you, you can fix that with a cream contour or liquid contour and by bronzing up your face. But when you get into a full coverage spackle foundation, if it's a hair too light for you, it's gonna look really freaking weird on camera. It's gonna look really freaking weird in photos. Like, you might be able to, with the naked visible eye, fix it, But the minute anything else happens, like on Instagram, on YouTube, on your Facebook, if you go Facebook Live, it's going to look real, real weird. So I would not. And as we're sitting here talking, you could already see it starting to oxidize down. This right here is starting to oxidize down and dealing more into my complexion. It's still a hair too light for me. And because it is a full coverage foundation, I would mix in just a little bit of the darker one. I don't mind it being a hair too dark for me because I can always balance that out with concealer and powder. But if it's a hair too light and it's a full coverage, I can't pull it off. It'll just look really weird. Now, going into the next thing that I want to talk about are primers. I kept hearing everybody talk about this was an amazing primer, This is the Revlon PhotoReady Prime Plus Perfecting and Smoothing one. And this is a makeup and skincare primer. I kept hearing Nakia Joy, she raves about this one. She loves this actual primer. So I wanted to go ahead and just give it a shot and see how it actually works. Let's just see what it looks like coming out the tube. Is it a thick one? Okay. What is going on? Okay. Yeah, it's product. Oh, God. Did I get a defective pump? It seems like I got a defective pump. Okay, here we go. That took a, Jesus Christ, that took a minute. Oh, this is a thick, pore filling, kind of silicone, but moussey. Oh yeah, that's a thick one. And it kind of gives a sheen to the skin just a little bit. Huh. It feels like and looks like, and it has a nice fresh makeup smell. It feels and looks like the primers I love the most. So we'll go ahead and give that a try. Also for poreless, I wanted to go ahead and check out the CLARINS primer. And this is the My CLARINS by Paris. This is their poreless matte stick for all skin types. So I wanted to go ahead and just try it out and just see. Ooh, it smells like cherries. It smells like cherry bubblegum. I wanted to go ahead and just see. Okay. All right. Okay. 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 It's a dry primer. It's a dry primer. So I figured this would be good for those with oily skin who want to go ahead and fill in their pores. Here it is right here. Where the other one is up here, you can see it's already dried down matte, but it's not like a dead matte. It's more like a skin-like matte. Where that one right here, where I just put it on, is a complete matte. You can see how it almost looks like it goes ashy. It's a complete dry matte. So we'll go ahead and try it out and we'll see how this works. I'm surprised that I opened it up and it just completely popped out in my hand like that. I see this video want to try me. Now I did go ahead and get the new Urban Decay All Nighter Face Primer Long Wear Foundation Grip. I'm almost guessing that they're trying to be like the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. It's supposed to prep, smooth, and perfect your skin. So, ooh. It feels just like the Revlon Prime Plus. It's just thicker. And it's more like a, if you was to take a nice hydrating primer and mix it with a thick moisturizer, that's what it feels like. That's exactly what, hold on, where is it? Right here. That's exactly what this feels like. So I am tempted to want to go head to head with both of these and put them on and just see how my makeup sits on top of it, how it makes my makeup look for a foundation that's my absolute holy grail bae. So I'll probably use the Estee Lauder double wear and do a head to head with these two and come back and let you guys know which ones, you know, like really just grip my makeup, just made everything so pretty, because this is supposed to be gripping, and it is. It kind of sticks to my hand just a little bit. And this one over here is supposed to be gripping. I guess the more it dries down, maybe we'll get a little bit more grip out of it. But we'll track it. We'll check it out. We'll see exactly how that actually goes. And the last primer I went ahead and got, this is because Tati kept talking about it, kept talking about it, kept talking about it. So I've had this on my want list for over 4 years at this point. This is the Tarte High Performance Naturals. This is their Timeless Smoothing Primer and Base. Oh, I wanted this primer for such a very long time. Kind of expensive, but whatever. We'll go ahead and give her a try. Ooh, she's more putty than the actual E.L.F. primer is. And you're supposed to just take and like rub and pat this into the actual pores. So here it is right here. And it's kind of mattifying and it leaves like a dry powder. It dries pretty fast. So we'll go ahead and try this out. I'm going to go ahead and put this up against my CLARINS and just see which one. I'll do a head-to-head battle with that as well. And I use a foundation that normally looks always pretty on me. So I use the Juvia's Place foundation when I do that actual video and just see which one looks better as far as does it, you know, help smooth out texture, help reduce pores, and how does makeup wear and sit on top of it. I'll do a head-to-head video for that for you guys. So this was it, you know, outside of that one highlighter that snuck his way into this. But this is it for my concealers, my foundations, the little free moisturizer from IT Cosmetics, and the actual primers. So I have quite a few videos that'll be coming up for you guys to actually test some of the products. Definitely taking this UOMA Beauty back to actually get another one because I don't know what happened here. And you could even tell that once the UOMA Beauty actually dried down on my actual, you know, chest, hand, and everything, it dried down almost to my complexion anyway. The only ones that are coming off that probably won't work for me would be the Estée Lauder, which again, I would just blend in with my deeper Estée Lauder. And it's IT Cosmetics. Child, I don't know what's happening right here. Now, the more it dries, the more you can see it's like a pink gray undertone. I don't know what's happening right here. And then the UOMA Beauty right here, as you guys could actually see, I wouldn't get it to actually match my chest spot on. I would want it a little bit darker than that because I have hyperpigmentation. So I have like, I'm 50 shades of brown. I'm 50 shades of brown. So I wouldn't get it to spot on dupe 100% match like my face and my chest. I would want it just a tidget darker because I always wear concealer. But as you can see, it 100%, the UOMA Beauty Honey T2W 100% spot on matches me. But as I go into my hyperpigmentation areas, like I have a little bit of hyperpigmentation right here on my chest, you guys can see as it starts to dip into that area, it starts to get a little, you can tell it's a color difference right here. So that's the only reason why I wouldn't completely 100% match it directly to my actual chest. I would want it just a little bit darker. So I would use a little bit of the other one I have and just mix it in and keep it. But I'm taking this one back because I don't know what happened, but we're going to fix that. Anyway, YouTube, that's the end of the video. Hopefully I had a chance to show you guys some foundations that work. Again, this is that Smith & Co. foundation. And honey, I'm loving it, loving it, loving it, loving it. In love with the Smith & Co. If you guys see it, get it. I know it was on sale for $10.20. It was a prestige brand, so I was able to take 20% off. So I really got this for like around $8 for each one of them. And I think it's like a $30-some foundation. So yeah, definitely had to grab that. But anyway, thank you guys so much for coming back and watching my channel. YouTube, I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for checking back in with the girl. I don't care if it's morning, afternoon, evening, or even late at night. I'm just happy that you chose to come spend some time with your girl. And as always, thank you, YouTube. I love you. Bye.